Hello everyone, I'm Dead Knight and this is In It to Win It. We are wishing you a happy Hanukkah and a happy new set release for Fractured in Alterac Valley, the final set in Year of the Griffin. And as usual, we're going through every class and picking what I think is the best, the worst, and the most interesting card for that class in the set. And if you're tuning in now, you are looking at Hunter. Hunter is a class that is near and dear to me. It is one of my favorite classes and probably the class that I've hit Legend with most in Standard and Wild. Um, I'm excited to see what the Hunter cards are every time, and really love the play style. Even for the control Hunters, I've hit Legend with Dragon Hunter in Standard, with Reno Hunter in Wild, with Beast Hunter, with off meta decks of all kinds. Even with the Dark Moon Tonk. So Hunter is a near and dear class to me. And what do we think of Hunter in Fractured in Alterac Valley? So there are some cards that are absolutely extremely good that are going to be staples, and there's some cards that probably are never going to see the light of day. So as far as the best Hunter card in the set, for me, it was a pretty easy choice. It was Dun Baldar Bunker. So this is a 2 mana spell. Then at the end of every turn, it draws a secret from your deck and reduce the cost of that secret by 1. So at any point in Hearthstone, if you're looking at a 2 mana card that's going to draw you 3 cards, just the amount of value you get out of that is just really insanity. Not only that, but this is going to draw a specific type of card, which means that you can plan for it. And because it's secrets, your opponent can't really plan for it. So this allows you to play secrets in just about any Hunter archetype because it's just so efficient to draw those secrets. And the utility you get from some of the secrets, it's waning a little bit in Standard right now, aside from the addition of one that they just printed in this set. But obviously in Wild, this is absolutely insanity. And the fact that it reduces the cost of the secret by 1 means that if you are running secrets, so on turn 2 you play this, turn 3, if you have a secret in your hand already, plus the one you get for 1, you get to play 2 on the same turn. So you're speeding up your ability to play secrets. You're drawing the secrets. You're getting 3 cards out of your deck for 1. One for 1 card for 2 mana. And the possibilities are really endless. It really gives you a chance to build and do whatever you want. So the fact they would print a 2 mana, draw 3 cards, and you get to reduce the cost of those cards, even if you spread those cards out a couple turns, that's still just incredible value. The value is just too good to pass up. So I think this is probably the best card in the set. You could imagine a really aggressive face hunter deck that isn't going to run this card just because they'd rather be putting threats and tempo on the board early. But aside from that, it's so versatile. You can see decks changing the way they build around this. I imagine aggressive decks running Open the Cages now, and with Ice Trap being printed, you've got a couple aggressive options and disruption options, and it just really enables the secret archetype in an exciting way. Now, as far as the worst card, for me, it was an easy choice, and it was Mountain Bear. So this guy is a 5/6 for 7 beast with taunt, and when it dies, you get 2 2/4 beasts. So, where does this card fit in? The way you'd want to play this is if you are running a Death Rattle build. This is good because it has taunt, and then when it dies, you get more taunts, so it protects you while you're setting up. But I don't think this card is that exciting. It's really expensive for low stats. For one more mana, you get Moarg Forge Fiend, which also has taunt and gives you 8 armor. So this does have a place in taunt, and especially with Revive Pet being printed. For 3 mana, you get to summon a beast that died. So you could see what the idea is behind this card, but at 5/6 for 7, the stats are just underwhelming. It's just a little expensive. Unless you're cheating this out, with the new guy that reduces the cost of a beast by 2 or something like that, you're not really getting much value out of this. I mean, what's really interesting is if this guy is a 5/6 for 5 taunt with that death rattle, it still might not see play. So even with the new beast cheating card that's coming out, it's still a little underwhelming. If they had just printed it with its as a 5/6 for 5 taunt, then you're probably going to see some play with it. But as it is right now, it's not really doing it for me. It's better, slightly better than Savannah Highmane, even though you're basically getting the same amount of stats for 1 more mana. The death rattle's better, and Savannah Highmane's not getting any action. So I don't think this is going to get any action either. As far as the most interesting card, for me, it might even arguably be the best card, is Ice Trap. Ice Trap is a new Hunter secret. It is for 2 mana, like all Hunter secrets, and whenever your opponent plays a spell, the spell goes back into their hand and costs 1 more mana. So the only downside to this card is that it's so good, people are going to be playing around it, and there's a lot of cheap spells that they can play around. But even if, let's say that you're playing Paladin and you're trying to decide what spell to play, and you play a Pally Secret instead, so that's still 1 mana that they're wasting on that turn. And then if they want to play that again, that's another 2 mana. So it's always going to waste 2 mana for your opponent. It's going to cost 2 mana for you. So that's that's kind of a wash. If they play a 0 mana card, obviously, then they gotcha, I guess. But then even later, if they want to play that again, it's going to cost them a mana. So it's extremely disruptive. You play this at a key time late game, and their late game removal doesn't go off. If their only out is like a 5 mana removal spell, this is just absolutely just devastating to them. At worst, it's going to set them back a turn or a mana crystal. At best, it's going to win you the game. So it's fun. This is the first and only Hunter secret in Standard right now that disrupts spells, and Hunter has badly needed it. I don't know how many times I've attacked with Rinling's Rifle and wished that there was some sort of spell disruption that I could get in Standard. We have Cat Trick and Pressure Plate and Wild, and nothing in Standard. So we finally have some spell disruption, and much like Oh My Yogg is basically a Paladin counterspell, this is basically a Hunter counterspell. Really, really disrupts your opponent, and it's really exciting for Hunter. So that's what Hunter looks like right now. I think we're probably going to get sick of Ice Trap, and I think Dun Baldar Bunker is Dun Baldar Bonkers. Just cards on cards on cards, and Mountain Bear probably not going to get any action. But let me know what you think of these cards. Let me know if you're excited about Hunter. Tell me what you think the best, worst, and interesting card is with some respectful comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next time.